over those picks, but we'll go over those a little bit later. We are battling out with our sister shows on our Action Sports Jacks stream here, stream network. Britton Austin and the M&M show and Casey's show. Right now we're in second place, one game behind. We are 6-6. I think Britton Austin are leading the show picks at 7-5. We'll go over those as we continue here. NFL games of note. I think there are two really games that stand out. We can talk about those as we go. And one of those is in the division, the AFC South. Houston, Minnesota. That's one of the keep an eye on games. Is Minnesota real? I think we all know and think Houston is real. Is Minnesota? And what do they have? Sam Darnold or whoever? Or the Vikings real? They're 2-0, so that's one of the big games, I think. I think the other big game this weekend in the NFL is the Chargers against Pittsburgh. And it's, I don't know what to make of Pittsburgh. Are they the luckiest team in the league 2 games in? Are they good? Do they have a formula? Can you keep winning games by kicking 6 field goals and no touchdowns? I don't know. So we'll look at the NFL season, the schedule coming up this weekend, some of the big games that stand out, including, of course, the Jaguars play Monday night at Buffalo. Also, at some point today, I hope we can talk about some Major League Baseball. The Braves, boy, they are running out of games. The Braves have 9 games left. They are 2 games behind in the wild card, okay? They are 2 games behind the Mets for the 3rd wild card and final wild card spot. Here's the setup for the Braves. They have a weekend series Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They only have 9 games left. Everybody has about 9 games left. 9, 10, 11, 8, right in there. The Braves have a 3-game series at Miami today, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 games at the Marlins. The Braves must probably, I think they must win the series at least 2-1. 3-0 would be great, but they've got to win the series because they're 2 behind the Mets. And, oh, by the way, the Braves and the Mets will play a 3-game series next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then both the Braves and Mets do have one final series left. The Braves have Kansas City, and they need to win some ball games. So the Braves really, really, really need to sweep the Marlins. I mean, they really need, but they've got to keep pace. They cannot lose the series to the Marlins. I just think it would be mathematical a nightmare for the Braves. Down 2 with 9 to play, 3 more with the Mets, but they got to make sure that they can make those 3 games with the Mets. That they can make those 3 games with the Mets mean something. So that's kind of a structure for Major League Baseball. We'll try and touch on Major League Baseball as we go. As we go to break, I feel that our show here, which we stream, I feel at times we owe it to the public at large to protect the public at large and to be a beacon of communication to the public at large. With that said, I have a public service announcement I feel that I need to get out right now for any and all college football fans that might be Gator football fans, that might be Mississippi State football fans. I have to get this public service announcement out. Recent announcement has been sent out for anyone that is thinking about watching the Florida Mississippi State football game tomorrow, high noon on television. There's a public service announcement that says, please approach that game as a viewer as if it is a total eclipse. They are warning viewers of the Florida Mississippi State game coming up tomorrow at noon in Starkville, which is 11 in Starkville. The public service announcement is stating that please, 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 if you plan on watching the Florida-Mississippi State football contest tomorrow, please use eclipse restrictions, total eclipse restrictions, meaning authorities are asking that no one watches the Florida-Mississippi State game for more than 5 minutes at one viewing. At some point at the 5-minute mark, at least, please, you're being asked to avert your eyes, to look away. Because if you don't look away, the level and quality of football that you may be watching may hurt and eliminate some of your eyesight. It could be that bad tomorrow. So do not watch more than 5 minutes straight without looking away, looking off of the the Florida Mississippi State football game, because it could be too much direct visual of the game tomorrow from Starkville, could be hazardous to your vision. PSA from us to you, because we care. Let's go to our first break here. It is a Friday edition of the Young and Norvell Show coming to you. Of course, if it's Friday, if it's Young and Norvell, it is, of course, Bricks, Jack's Beach, the $12.99 ribeye special, flying out of the kitchen right now, and they will do that all through the evening and the night. If you're in the area, come by, say hi, and enjoy a great dinner at Bricks, Jack's Beach. Back after this quick timeout on Action Sports Jack.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Since 1936, Procter Ace has been proudly helping Jack's with all your home and garden projects. Whether you need tools, paint, plumbing supplies, or expert advice, we've got what you need to get the job done right. Looking to brighten your yard? Visit our garden center for plants, tools, and everything to make your outdoor space flourish. You're not just shopping here, you're part of our community. So come in today and let us help you tackle your next project with a smile. After all,
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back, and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Yeah! Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
Okay, here we are live at Bricks Jacks Beach. Glad you're with us here on a Friday. Beautiful Friday outside. Still a little hot. I'm ready for it to break. And yes, as we get into weather here for a moment, yes, I always tease that sometime in September, when I'm walking out of my house, 7:38, 8:39 in the morning, early morning, when I'm walking out at some point in September, there's always that first morning I turn to lock my door and, ooh, you feel that just tinge of cool. Well, I've already felt that. That happened a few days ago. So that's already there. Today's a little hot for my liking at September 20th, but we're about to get to a really, really good point. It doesn't last long. This fall weather is about to really hit. We're going to have a beautiful 6 weeks or so of fall, and then it'll get kind of nasty. It'll get cold and it'll rain here and there and be misty and ugly, but we're about to hit some really good weather, and then we'll get back to spring, and then it'll be hot as heck again next summer. But the problem is, as we welcome back to the Young and Norvell show on right here on Action Sports Jacks, the problem is the 3 football programs and 3 teams of note that we follow are just all 3 miserable. So it's almost like we went 200 and what is the off season? The off season, if you really click it in from the day after the Super Bowl all the way through week 0 of college football, I mean, you're talking 238 days or something. We battled through those 238 days previously. And we open up, and the Jaguars are terrible. The Gators are beyond terrible. Florida State, we're determining what level of terrible. It just feels like, my God, we battled through everything to get back, as we do every offseason, and it lasted, poof. It's gone. Love to have you comment, talk to us via our chat line. Whatever whatever platform actually that you are consuming our show, there should be a chat line, and they should be all kind of set up where if you say hi, bye, you're an idiot, here's what I think, here's what you should think. Feel free to drop us a chat line, and we'll try to read those as we go here on the program right there on the show here. So let's reset. Let's reset here. I don't know yesterday, and I don't think I can communicate with Zach, our producer. We're having a little bit of issues. I wish I could ask him. I don't think we quite got to this topic yesterday, but I want to throw it out because mathematically, I think it would be, having looked it up, it would be the first time ever. And I think mathematically, there's a fairly good chance that it could happen coming out of this weekend's NFL football season, and it would include Monday night, the upcoming Monday night game with the Jacksonville Jaguars at Buffalo. But I don't think we got to yesterday. I want to throw it out. Do you folks realize that right now, if you look at the AFC South, leading the division 2 weeks in, you've got the Houston Texans. They are 2-0. Okay. The rest of the division, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans, and the Indy Colts, all three of those franchises are 0-2. So that got me thinking the other day. I went, wait a minute. So I looked at this week's schedule for the AFC South. Here's what you've got. You've got what I think is one of the top two games on paper. Houston, the Texans, 2-0 in the division, AFC South. Houston is at Minnesota. Pretty good football game. But let's assume for a moment, what if Houston wins that game to go 3-0? And they could. And they could. Now, that's this weekend. If Houston, do you realize if the Houston Texans, if they go out and beat Minnesota, at Minnesota, they're 3-0. The rest of the AFC South schedule this weekend is Green Bay at Tennessee, and Tennessee hasn't been very good. Green Bay, I know, Malik Willis, I know they're on the backup quarterback, but Green Bay at Tennessee, Chicago, the Bears at Indy, and I know Indy hasn't been real good this year either. And then, of course, Jacksonville is at Buffalo on Monday Night Football. So it probably won't happen, but it's worth noting. Do you realize, and I looked this up, and I was told by the research committee that what I'm going to say has never happened in the history of the NFL. Do you realize if Houston beats Minnesota to go 3-0, if Green Bay beats Tennessee, which wouldn't be a huge push or stretch, if Chicago, the Bears beat Indy, which wouldn't be a huge stretch, and if Buffalo beats Jacksonville on Monday Night Football, do you realize that if those four things happen, I know that's asking a lot, but the AFC South would then reflect Houston 3-0, the rest of the division 0-3, and that's never been done. Never been done in the history of the NFL. I looked it up, and the answer was no. Can you believe that? Isn't that wild? And will it probably not. You're talking 4 games, have to go boom, 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 boom. But it's pretty plausible. Think about that. Now, the spinoff of that is if that happens, the Jaguars are 0-3, and the season from a postseason standpoint is all but over. If that happens, the one shining light, the one hang your hat on, well, okay, maybe everything's not lost, would be, my God, if the division is Houston 3-0, everybody else 0-3, my God, Jacksonville, you've got 4 games against combined Indy and Tennessee. Go win 3 of those. You may have some wins, but how weird is that? And frankly, it wouldn't be nuts for that to happen. If Houston wins, if Tennessee, Indy, and Jacksonville lose again this weekend, what a weird-looking division standing that would be. Houston 3-0. The rest of the freaking league division would be 0-3. Yeah. Could happen. Could definitely happen. I want to get at some point today on the show, maybe this hour, maybe second hour, want to talk about the Gator head coaching football position. I think it's open. Just because we haven't heard an official release or press conference or, media release. I think Billy Napier's done. I think it's been decided. And where do the Gators go next? Before we get out of here, and we may have time right now, here's basically what I would do. And we'll go ahead and dive into it. If they came to Terry Norvelle, here's what I would do. And there are some kind of decisions that have to be made. money is one. Are you ready to pony up what it takes to get in the game? Okay, so that's one. Put that money, get in the game, put that aside. Do you think the current status of the Florida football program will hinder your hiring your next football coach? Put that in a bucket and hold that, because that's a legitimate question. Is Florida's football program right now not in a great spot to go out and try to land a big fish? And big fish is next. Are you prepared, University of Florida, right now, 2024, do you think you have a chance to go get a big fish to run your program or not? And if you say or not, you may be saying, wait a minute, what do you mean or not? Well, the money aspect and where the program is at, the stability or lack of stability. You got to answer some of those questions. With that said, if Scott Strickland, University of Florida trustees, if high-ranking officials, if Steve Spurrier, if anybody in a control position at Florida, the football program, was to reach out to Terry Norvelle, this is exactly what I would do if I was making the call. Because I'm convinced that Florida football is and will be looking for a new head football coach. Number one, yes, 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 and yes again. I would put together a massive financial figure, 13 million, 14 million, 15, somewhere in that huge stratosphere, which is what the best college football coaches are commanding. See Kirby Smart at 13 million. I would see if I've got that backing. And if I'm told a yes, and I think they will, if I'm told I've got a big old sledgehammer to go out, I would throw a $13, $14 million offer per year at Lane Kiffin. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. Nobody else in the world, I would go and try and land that huge, huge, massive fish. I think that would be the largest football hire in major college football since Saban went to Alabama in 2015, 16, whatever that was. That's first. I would ask Florida people, do I have that large of a check? And if I do, I'm offering it and trying to land the biggest fish that's in the ocean, Lane Kiffin. By the way, and this will play into this dissertation, Lane Kiffin's 49 years old. Just keep that in the back of your hat, okay? Lane Kiffin, 49 years old. Now, if Lane Kiffin turns me down, there's no, timing's not right. Not right now. Ole Miss is where I've built them. I want the fruits of our labor. I'm fine. Thank you. I'm honored. But thank you. No. If that happens, I don't think there's a bigger other fish out there that I'm going to try and throw 12 or 11 or 10. I just don't think that guy is out there. With that said, if the big check with Lane Kiffin's name on it is turned down by Lane Kiffin, you got to do something. You got to hire somebody. I would then go to stable the football program mode. Stabilize the football program at the University of Florida. Right now, the football program is in a bad place. They've had a losing season in 3 straight years. And for everything we can ever imagine, it appears they're about to go their 4th straight year with a losing football record. That is not a stable program. That is not a, wow, you're close. Kalen DeBoer took the Alabama job because there is no rebuild, right? The only rebuild is if he and his staff are terrible, right? Florida's football program, if Lane Kiffin turns them down, they have to turn into stabilize the program mode. Stabilize the program mode. Losing more than you win year after year after year, you don't have a shiny, pretty ring to go shopping and ask people to marry you with. You've got to shine up your ring. Right now, Florida's ring is not very shiny. So, what do? If Lane Kiffin turns down the huge golf check and says no, I still think Florida will get Lane Kiffin as the football coach. But hear me out. If he says no right now, you turn into stabilize the freaking brand and the program mode. I've thrown it out before. I would go hire Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops, who is already coaching football in the UFL, so it tells you he's still got the itch. Bob Stoops has an entire staff in place, and they're not making much money. Bob Stoops, right off the top, his offensive coordinator is Chuck Long, the former Iowa quarterback, who has coached college football and coordinated for a long time. He's competent. The defensive coordinator for Bob Stoops is Greg Williams, a former NFL head coach. Okay? I go to Bob Stoops, who has Florida ties, and I say, Bob, you're 61 years old. You've got a staff in place. We need you. By the way, Chuck Long and Greg Williams and even Bob Stoops, in terms of salary that they're making in the XFL, is paltry. Chuck Long may be making $80,000, maybe $100,000 to coordinate the XFL. Bob Stoops could round up the band and say, hey, we're going to Florida, boys. And Chuck Long, Greg Williams, former NFL head coach, defensive coordinator, you're going to make, are you okay with the end of your career making $800,000, $900,000 a year, $750,000 instead of 95 or whatever? I go hire Bob Stoops and say, Bobby, we need you to come in here and stabilize the program. And guess what I do 5 years from now? If you've been listening, you should have followed through. 5 years from after I hire Bob Stoops, and he knows, and he doesn't want to go much longer. Bob Stoops is not looking for a 20-year job. 5 years after Bob Stoops comes in, and in those 5 years, he should go win 8, 9, 10 games, 3 of those 5 years. Right? Stabilize the program. It's easier to shop when your program is stable. I then go 5 years from now. I then go hire 54-year-old Lane Kiffin. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I then go hire Lane Kiffin. You don't get him now, stabilize the program, and get him in 5 years. He may have a national title under his belt or two. Then you go, it's not an all or nothing now. Lane Kiffin is 49 years old. I know that stinks, but a guy like Bob Stoops could come in and settle down and stabilize the Florida football program. It's a lot easier to go shopping when you've got a stable program than when your program is winning 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5 games per season. That's where Florida's at right now. That's where I would go. Call me crazy, call me nutty. Number one, I would throw it all at Lane Kiffin right now. But he might say no. What do you do if he says no? Break time, the Young and Norvell Show, cruising along, making you think. That's what we do here on the show here. Coming to you on our Friday home, from our Friday home. You know it by now, Bricks Jack's Beach, down here in the heart of Jacksonville Beach. Boy, the afternoon Friday happy hour crowd rolling in. $12.99 ribeye special. Absolutely famous down here at Bricks Jack's Beach. Check it out today or some Friday, but make sure you get by at some point. If you're looking for a great atmosphere, you can't go wrong with Bricks Jack's Beach.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jacks app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jacks Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
All right, I know you guys are waiting on our picks, our Friday picks. They're coming up. As a matter of fact, we hope to have Brent Beard joining us, hour number 2 here on the program. Zach Rothrock, Patric Young, myself, Terry Norvelle, we give you a three-pack. And Zach, yesterday, we went over our show picks, right? I think we did. I've got so many picks in my mind. Yeah, we did. Here's what we got. We are, in terms of the show versus show, right? There's 4 shows. Right. There's our show, there's Brent's show, there's the M&M show, and then I think Casey's show, right, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? As I understand it, okay, we're sitting in second place. We pick 6 games each show. And Brent and Austin, they're leading at 7-5. Our show, Young and Norvelle, of which, Zach, you're part of and help us pick, we're 6-6, 5-7, and 4-8. Okay, that's the rest of them. So here, let me review. You ready, Zach? I'm going to review what we've got and tell me if you like where we're at. Okay, so as a show, Florida minus 6 points, Mississippi State. We took Mississippi State and the points. So
yeah,
we've got a double chance to win, right? If Mississippi State wins, or if Florida wins but Mississippi State loses by less than 6, right?
Yeah, we just got to cover 6. Yep.
I love that pick, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean Florida winning by a whole touchdown on the road. I mean they've only won 2 road games in the Billy Napier era.
Yeah. I mean, so we're taking Mississippi State plus 6, even if the Gators win by 3, 4, 5. I love that pick. I don't see Florida winning by 14. Do you?
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, if they win, it's going to be a field goal, maybe some weird like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
A whole touchdown seems like a lot.
So that was a pretty
Or even
smart
just
pick, I
6.
think. As a team, we took you and Patrick took. We also the second game in our show picks, Southern California on the road. They are minus 5. They're giving away 5 at Michigan. Quarterback issues. They've got kind of a running guy they're putting in. We took USC. And we're giving away 5 points. I like that pick.
Yeah, for sure. And even it's at Michigan, right?
Yes, it's at Michigan.
Yeah, but they're just not. They just don't really feel like the same team they were last year. It's a lot different.
They're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Mississippi State plus 6, USC giving 5, but I feel good about that. I think USC is going to win this thing by 10 to 14 points.
I think so.
Yeah. Our third pick as a team, as a show, Zach, me, you, and Patrick, we have taken the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee on the road at Oklahoma. Kind of a neat game, kind of the big game of the weekend, right? That's the big game of the weekend. There's a lot of storylines, and Heupel, he's an Oklahoma guy. He won a title there as the quarterback. He got fired, blah, 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 blah. We took Tennessee, and we're giving away 6.5. I'm comfortable with that. I think Tennessee wins, and they win by, that 10 to 14 margin when it's over.
Yeah, that's probably the one I feel the least strong about. I still like Tennessee, but
I agree.
Giving up that many points on the road at Oklahoma is tough.
Yeah, I agree. And the key there is, if Oklahoma gets out to a quick start, they've already got 6.5 points. They go out and jump out to a 14-0 lead plus the 6, right? But I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel good about taking Tennessee and giving almost a touchdown. But, that's the least most confident. Now, as a show, we bleed into 3. We always do 3 college and 3 pro with our show picks. The Texans, I think there's 2 really marquee games in the NFL. The Texans are at the Vikings. I think that's a couple 2-0 going at it. We have taken the Texans on the road -2. Sam Darnold, I think I just don't believe in him. I like that pick that we took. We're taking a road team. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I remember I like the fact that the Vikings just came off that big, kind of like an emotional type of win as an underdog against a 49ers team that's really pretty depleted. So I really like I think the Texans are one of the best. They're a contender. They're a contender for the AFC. They're going to be right there with. They'll probably have to face the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah. I like our pick. I like that we're taking the Texans. We're giving away 2 points. My only concern is, the NFL. I know the NFL. The NFL formula says it's hard. Generally, you only win like 2 in a row, and then you lose 2 in a row. This could be that first Houston hiccup. They're 2-0, but I like it. I'm comfortable. I'm glad we decided as a team to take the Texans on the road -2 on Sunday. The next game we took, Zach, the Eagles, who are scuffling a little bit, they're on the road at the Saints, and the Saints are one of the darling teams early, 2 games in. We took Philadelphia and the points, and what I just explained about Houston, I feel the same way about New Orleans. You know what? They've jumped out. They're 2-0. It's hard to win 3 in a row in the NFL. It's hard to lose 3 in a row. This might be that game. I kind of like us taking the Eagles minus 2.5. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles, they really just had some bad clock management at the end of that Atlanta game,
Sure.
and with New Orleans, Clinton Kubiak, I mean he's the offensive coordinator of the year so far. Derek Carr's the MVP in the league so far, but that type of stuff, typically when a team overperforms, they come back to earth relatively quickly, and I think this could be one of those games where the Eagles
I'm with you.
even out and the Saints also even out.
I'm with you. And then the final game, our show picks against the other three shows here on Action Sports Jacks. Kansas City, the Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions, they're on the road at the Falcons. Kansas City has given away 3.5. We went ahead and took the Chiefs and gave away the points. I feel good. I feel good about that one, Zach. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean that's the one. I don't necessarily feel strong enough to push back on it, but man, I'm kind of leaning towards Falcons on that, mainly because of the the half point. The half point.
The Falcons aren't any good, are they? Are they any good?
It's hard to tell. Well, I think they might have a hard time with Chris Jones. They might have a hard time with Chris Jones rushing them up the middle. But yeah, I mean, I think the Falcons definitely have good skill position players. Kirk Cousins played well. But yeah, ultimately, I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes, and primetime Kirk Cousins has historically not been good. So no, I don't feel good enough to stick my neck out there and say no, we need to change this to the Falcons. I don't feel that strong about it, but it's kind of a scary pick though.
And I was about to say, well, you know what? If the Chiefs win, they're going to win by more than a point. Didn't they just win a game by 1 point?
Yeah. I mean, they really don't do that well against the spread. They typically have to go against pretty large spreads. On the road, and 3.5 is a lot.
I still like our picks. You know what?
Yeah, I would say so.
I feel good about our 6-pack picks against the other shows, and we're smarter, we're stronger, we're much better looking than all three of those other shows.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I mean that's all it takes.
I mean, seriously. I mean, let's break it down. Let's break it down. The smart part. There you go, sweetie. There's my girl. Thank you so much. The smart part, obviously, everybody knows I graduated from a private institution of higher learning. I like to call the Harvard of South.
Yeah.
So obviously, the intelligent part, our show leans heavy. What I said. The good-looking part. Well, I mean, look at me. I mean, come on, Zach.
Well, so I see where this is going. So you are actually all three parts of these.
I mean, Zach, look at me. Look at the skin tone. Look at the dimple. Look at the smile. I mean, so we win the smart part. We win the good-looking part. What was the other part? Just the most awesomest dude part. I mean,
something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm the most awesomest dude in all of these. Right? I mean, Zach, we got all the boxes checked, don't we? Right?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think confidence was one of them, but if it were, then holy no, it's there. It's there.
Zach, we got it. Hey, as we're coming up on break, your Gamecocks, what are they? Are they 1-1 now? South Carolina?
They're 2-1.
2-1. Who do they got
game.
Saturday?
They're playing Akron. They're playing the kids from Akron.
Okay, so they'll get off 3-1.
Yeah, they're 28. They're 21 or 21 point. Way too many favored points. I feel like the Gamecocks never beat anyone by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
That scares you, huh? That scares you.
Oh yeah. We'll take that.
But Zach, I mean, you're going to get a win. You're South Carolina Gamecocks. Zach, you're from up there. You're going to go 3-1. Did you really think 3-1 right out of the gate? I mean, on this, I thought they were going to be terrible. Brent Beard thought they were going to be terrible. A lot of your national people thought South Carolina was going to be terrible. They're nasty on defense, man.
I thought they potentially had a chance. I mean, I didn't want to write them off out of the gate, but the defensive line has been they jumped out to a way hotter start than I would have anticipated for sure. The way that they handled, I think Brock Vandergrift's stat line was 3 for 10 with 30 yards and interception. I mean, it was just a pummeling, and then they turned around and had a pretty good game against Georgia after that. So, I mean, the D-line is real.
And, that really stood out. I'm glad you said that. We're coming up at the top of the hour. I know we got to get out of here. We'll have Brent Beard on the other side and hopefully Patrick Young. I'm glad you said that. I settled in Saturday night, right? This past Saturday night, I settled in like everybody did, and I flipped over. Okay, Georgia's probably beating Kentucky. Well, Kentucky was physical. They were as strong and physical. They were throwing haymaker with Georgia, and I went, holy cow, how good is South Carolina's defense?
It did make him look a lot better. Yeah. I really felt like at the end of the game, Kentucky had a 4th and 13. And they just went ahead and punted it. I would have liked to have seen them try to go for it. I mean, Georgia's had to get one first down. The game's over at that point, which is pretty much what happened.
People complained about that a little bit with Stoops going a little conservative. But, the way that played out, man, Kentucky probably should have won that game.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were right. They were right there. They were giving Carson Beck all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, Kentucky, as you know, you follow SEC football. Kentucky has been a real thorn. They don't quite beat Georgia, but man, they've given Georgia hell the last 5 or 6 years. These good Georgia teams.
Yeah, they don't get blown out too often.
No, these good Georgia teams.
The big guys.
They beat them. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I think Brent Beard's going to be loaded up. We got a lot to talk about college football with Brent Beard. Hopefully hear from Patric Young. We'll get our 3-packs, our picks to give you folks a chance to make some cashola on us on the other side. 1 hour down, 1 to go. The Young and Norvelle Show cruising along on a Friday. That means Bricks, Jack's Beach.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave. So feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at nimnickbuickgmc.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
And back we are talking a lot of college football and just things. Can't wait. Tomorrow is a college football Saturday. Man, it takes so long to burn those, 240 days between the end of the Super Bowl, I guess, and week 0. But it's here, and it's Brent Beard. We welcome to the show. Brent, you and I are the only ones going, it's going too fast.
It is.
What is going on, Brent Beard?
It is. I'm ready for cooler weather, to say the least, but it's wonderful to have. And look, there's some nice games tonight, Terry. I mean, you've got that Illinois-Nebraska game, I think, could be interesting, frankly.
And piggybacking and jumping on you and Shane Matthews, our buddy Shane, I heard, obviously, I love your work. I love Shane's work, and I researched, not plagiarized. I researched y'all stuff. I think it was Shane that said, "Hey, man, one of those teams will be 4-0."
That's right.
Right? I mean, they'll be 4-0 after tonight. Talk about that.
Now, look, Terry, I'm being facetious, but I'm really not. Look, has Nebraska been 4-0 since Frank Solich?
Gosh,
I don't think it has.
Darn. And you know what? We kind of thought, if it's ever going to start turning back around, that this is the time. Rule's in his second year. They've got the 5-star quarterback.
Yeah.
You know they've got the passion and the fan base, and it kind of feels good to see Nebraska playing good football again.
Would we have thought that Nebraska, and I'm not going to say they're back totally, but would we have thought Nebraska and Miami would be back this year? And it's good for, I agree with that. It's good for college football when they're back. And we may even see another team back in USC. I think Terry, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Michigan's going to this Orgy kid at quarterback. I've heard he can't play a lick. Frankly, could Moss and USC, could they win that game 2 or 3 touchdowns before it's over?
Gosh darn, that's one of our picks with our show picks, and Zach and I just went over it. We took USC on the road, giving away 5.5.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think, and good for Michigan. The year after you win a national title, you can stub your toe all you want. Michigan's got their fans, I don't think really care. But I'm with you. I saw the Orgy kid come in the other game. Neither one of the guys can play quarterback. Donovan, whatever his name is, the starter, and this Orgy kid. I think USC puts a number on Michigan in the Big House. I'm with you, Brent.
Yeah, I could see that, and I mean, it's still a helmet game.
Yeah,
and,
it really is.
And understand that, but that's very true. I mean, Michigan may be very. I mean, I'm not saying they'll be 6-6, but Michigan may be doing well this year to be 7-5.
Yeah, I mean, you and I think alike. Nothing against Michigan. They just won the national title, and they lost their coach, and I get all that. But, I don't know if they've got the right coach. It might have been an emotional hire that you and I are good about. Yes. And when it's over, boy, if this Michigan team can scratch out 8-4, I think they should run to the house.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And don't you you're an old school like me. A lot of our younger viewers will not appreciate this. But when I turn on USC Michigan tomorrow, and I'll be watching them all. It's a great Saturday. Don't you want to see the Rose Bowl and the San Gabriel Mountains and Pasadena, right?
Oh, yeah.
Michigan and USC playing in the Rose Bowl. We were raised on that, weren't we, Brent?
Well, that's a 5:00 game on January the 1st, if there ever has been.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, absolutely, and probably Keith Jackson. Is also calling the play-by-play for those games too.
Could me, you, Zach, and everybody watching, can we take just 3 seconds to honor Keith Jackson? 1, 2, 3. Okay. The great Keith Jackson. Oh, was anybody ever born better to describe college football than Keith Jackson?
And listen, Keith Jackson reminds me of our friend Reese Davis in that Keith Jackson was unflappable. Whenever, in the summer and you've got an old classic on and Keith Jackson's calling the game, I mean, look, and you've done it, you understand play-by-play. Play-by-play is hard.
Very much so.
I mean, the great ones made it look easy, and we won't make this nostalgia time here necessarily, but he was just unflappable when he was on the air calling a game.
Really was. Brent Beard, we've got you for another 15, 20 minutes or so. Good schedule, I think, Saturday. Yes. We talked about some of the games already. We won't spend a lot of time on North Carolina State and Clemson. That's a PCAT game. That's a noon. NC State on a backup quarterback. I want to see that. Noon, Florida, Mississippi State could be an ugly football game from a aesthetics point. I think the absolute pick, if you're picking here, why would you not take Mississippi State? They're getting like 6.5 points. If Florida wins, wouldn't it be a scratch one out with a field goal at the end kind of thing?
But very probably. Now Mississippi State's defense, particularly last week, was just awful. Now this Chapin kid at quarterback, frankly, is not bad.
The kid from Baylor, right? He Baylor roots.
Yes. So they may actually get something out of him. They missed Woody Marks, the running back who ironically enough went to Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? That was strange. But now see, here's another thing that actually favors Florida. That game being as early as it is, that they may ring the cowbells, but that noise level there won't be anything near what it'd have been tomorrow night.
At night, you mentioned Woody, the running back. I'd say another guy that is from the state of Mississippi, and I'm just spitballing here. Have you followed the career of Henry Parrish?
Yes, in Miami now. Yes.
Well, now he's back at
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Henry Parrish, a good running back for 2 years at Ole Miss.
Right.
He portals to Miami and has a decent year or so.
Right.
He portaled back to Ole Miss, and he's one of their better runners.
He is. Oh yeah. There's
I love it. But I think we've picked Mississippi State. Would it surprise me if Florida won? Not too much. I could see having a Lagway special game, but no, I think the pick here, take Mississippi State in the points, man. Yeah. You have a double chance to win. Brent, am I wrong here? Do you think LSU at home kind of puts things together? They spit the hook out, almost lost, should have lost last week. They bring in UCLA and their first-year head coach. UCLA is in a transition, a long trip. What do you think of that game, UCLA being hosted by LSU?
I think LSU just runs them over.
Same here.
Or they should. LSU is, I think Nussmeier will be fine in that game. They should be able to run the ball better. A lot of it's going to depend on the LSU defense with Bo Davis and Blake Baker and Corey Raymond from Florida. But Terry, is there? I almost hate to say this because I really liked them growing up. Is there a worse team in the country right now than UCLA?
Man,
as far as fan interest and things of that nature, I mean that you talk about a rebuild. That look. Terry, Nick Saban could go into UCLA, and it may take 3 years for them to have a winning season.
I tell you, Brett, you and I don't want to be Mr. Pessimistic, but you and I are on the back half of our lifespan, if I can say that. And I think you and I know I speak for myself. I've spent decade after decade going, man, that UCLA football job should be a good job.
It really should be.
And you know what? Not Chip Kelly, not Rick Neuheisel, not Terry Donahue a little. Nobody's won big there,
No.
and I just don't understand. But to bury anybody that's coached there before, nobody's won big, and I don't understand why. At
Yeah,
UCLA.
I agree. Terry Donahue came as close probably
As
as
close,
anybody,
yeah.
during that time. I mean, it's in a rough part of town at Westwood.
I agree. I agree.
Now, obviously, their basketball program's better than their football program,
Yeah.
but still, look, Terry, my gosh, if you just recruited the kids within what? A 50-mile route. I don't listen. You wouldn't have to go across.
What do you think? I mean, Brent, I've always thought, and I know I'm a simpleton, I've always thought, man, if I could talk the right head coach in, and me and you go become the recruiting coordinators, we could put a damn good team on the field at UC. But they never do. They never do.
That.
They I can't wait to see that game. It's going to be, and also that's a helmet game. It's going to look kind of cool, isn't it?
It is.
UCLA's helmet and LSU. A game we won't spend much time on, but I'm going to take a peek at Georgia Tech, Louisville.
Absolutely.
One of those teams gets a win, and their season really is off to a pretty good start. I'll tell you a game I can't wait to see, and I'm a little impressed with the coaching staff. I'm going to point out, I think they're going to get fired, but I'm a little impressed. I can't wait to see Arkansas at Auburn.
Yes.
I'm impressed with Arkansas's offense. And and I don't know Auburn's new quarterback. I know he did well statistically. I think that's going to be a wonderful game tomorrow. Arkansas, Auburn.
I agree. We don't know if Hank Brown can play up to the level of competition in Arkansas. And look, Arkansas is not great, but I'll say this: if Hank Brown of Auburn struggles at quarterback, I mean, my start is: do you really want to go back to Peyton Thorne? In that situation. But Arkansas, I mean, the Green kid who's come over from Boise has really been good.
He's played well.
He has. And Bobby Petrino, I can see him scheming up that game.
I'm with you.
Look, if they don't, if Hugh Freeze is not going to be in trouble if he loses that game.
Yeah.
But I want you to think about this. They've got five games in September in Auburn. And Terry, if you lose two of them that they thought they'd go undefeated with, where is that going to lead them going to the meat of the schedule?
That's a tough back half. I'm with you. I think Arkansas wins that game.
I would agree with you. I think they probably do too.
And I've been impressed with Arkansas. The new offense, obviously Petrino and the kid I didn't know a lot about a quarterback. They play physical. They play hard. I've been kind of impressed with Arkansas. That's going to be a fun game. Probably the best game. There's two games that are the big games of the weekend. Number one is number 12, Utah, and we know how good of a coach Whittingham is. I love the Utah program. They are a tough, gritty. We don't shy away from anybody. Utah, number 12 in the country, at Oklahoma State, number 14. That's a really good game. I like the way Oklahoma State plays hard, tough football. And Brent Beard, don't you think the Big 12 commissioner is thinking, whoever wins tomorrow, I hope they go undefeated, because that's their chance to have a third-ranked team in the nation or so. That's a good game, Utah, Oklahoma State. I hope a lot of people follow that.
I agree with that very much. Now, if Ollie Gordon can play the running back, that's going to make a big difference for Oklahoma State, and certainly in the Utah quarterback situation. Is our favorite quarterback at Utah healthy after that?
Yeah, Cam Rising, and if you're not cheering for this guy, you don't have a pulse. But yeah, he's banged up. He missed last week. He's banged up. But man, that's going to be a bloodbath. Those are two good football teams. Those are the two type of football teams that if either one of those don't make the playoffs, they are a pain in the ass in a bowl game.
They would be,
right? Because they're not the marquee name, but they'll go beat you up. All right, Brent, a couple more. I'll tell you another intriguing game. I think tomorrow night, 7:00, ESPN. South Florida is hosting Miami as we got Pat Young jumping on here.
I'm waving at him.
Pat, we've been knocking down some games with Brent Beard. South Florida, how about number one? Last year they hosted Alabama. This year they're hosting Miami.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a fun game.
Agreed.
Miami's due for a little bit of a hookup, overlook kind of game.
Yeah.
I don't think South Florida wins, but I think that's a good game, Brent Beard.
I think it is too. They've got a quarterback named Brown who really is pretty good. The right kid from Florida is a running back.
Nice player. He is I like Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and look, that's a tough defense. I mean, I'm telling you, it was less than a touchdown in that Alabama game. Bama exploded toward the end of the game.
At the end, yeah.
But that could hold them down. But yeah, this is a big game for Miami to continue to see Cam Ward and Xavier Restapro and Martinez.
Yeah.
They need to get Ruben Bell back on the defensive line.
The D line, yeah.
Yeah. So that will help them. But I'm with you. That's a fascinating game.
But guys, I will say this, and Pat, I'll let you chime in here. We got one or two more games before the break. If Miami, I don't expect this. I think South Florida's going to play Miami off their feet in Tampa. If Miami does go in and slap South Florida around after the nation saw what South Florida did in Tuscaloosa, I think that'd be a big feather in Miami's cap nationally.
I think so. I mean, and what's interesting, South Florida is so much bigger than Miami in terms of student population and fan base. So, Tampa is, and by the way, how's that shirt feel, Terry?
Oh, do you like it? Hey, choose joy. You like it?
Does it feel pretty good? Feel like it should. It's the same as the orange shirt, so it should.
It is great material. This is from Patric's foundation, and yes, I'm proud to be wearing it. I love it. I love the message. Choose joy, my man. Choose joy.
Can you stand up real quick and show the back?
Yeah, if I can. I don't know if will y'all be able to see the back.
Yep, there you go. So it says illuminate the path to wholeness, and you can take a seat, Terry.
Okay.
We purposely put that right down the middle of the back to signify and represent, a spinal cord injury.
Yes.
How about that, Britt? Spinal cord, you get it? That's smart people.
Love it. Great job with that.
They don't get that at JU.
Let me tell you something. When I got this,
we never make fun of where he graduated.
Yeah. Hey, when I got this out this morning, I said, "Man, I'm gonna wear this back," and it is that good soft T-shirt material, Brett. You know that deal.
Yes.
You know that deal.
Yes.
But South Florida, let's leave it on two more games real quick, guys, before we get Brent out of here. And Patrick, we got our picks to make here in the next segment. Really, I guess there are two huge games, ranked teams of Utah, Oklahoma State, 12-14, and number 6, Tennessee, with a million storylines. Great storylines. Tennessee is at number 15, Oklahoma, 7:30 ABC. Brent, you kind of lean toward Tennessee's just going to run them out of the gym, but Oklahoma's at home. It's at night. How do you see this thing playing out, man? I'm torn on this game.
I think Tennessee runs them out of the gym. Frankly.
Okay.
I'm Oklahoma. Now they'll play hard. I don't have any doubt about that.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's defense is top notch. Jackson, the Oklahoma quarterback's already been sacked 9 times in 3 games. So what's Tennessee going to do? I mean, what's James Pierce going to be doing coming off the edge? Nico Lamaliva, who Pat will maybe by December, Terry and I will know how to pronounce his name. But the
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is what I call him. Nico, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is his name.
I like Dylan Sampson is going to be good. But by the way, I've got a friend of mine who cannot pronounce Uyunglele, and he just calls him DJ Ukulele.
Ukulele. Pat, your thoughts on Tennessee? They go into Norman tomorrow night. Britt thinks a blowout. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think that it's going to be firepower versus firepower. I think the game to start out. I think there's going to be adjustments made on the Tennessee side because I just don't think Oklahoma has been known historically for defense, and that's kind of a shame since the head coach was he was DC, right, or OC? I can't remember. Clemson.
Venables, DC.
DC, yeah. I just don't think they're going to have enough.
Yeah.
Nico is playing really well. And when a guy has time to make throws, I mean, he's proving his legend that he absolutely deserved that $11 million he got to go to Tennessee, which still shouldn't that be illegal? But
yeah.
Really.
I will tell you this: a win's a win's a win. If Tennessee wins tomorrow, great. The Vols are happy. If Tennessee does put a number on Oklahoma at night on national TV, wow. I mean, Tennessee then throws their name in there with, hey, Georgia, hey, Alabama, hey, Ohio State. Don't forget us. We got a big T on our helmet. Don't forget us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we talked Florida, Mississippi State. The final game, California. And my God, did they surprise me when they rolled into Auburn a couple weeks ago. And California, hey, Miss B, hey, Mama B.
Hi, Mama B. How are you?
There's the smartest woman in the world.
There's the smartest woman, yeah. Hey, guys, California surprised me. Shame on me. They were faster. They were stronger. They were bigger. They were longer. And they hit harder than Auburn. California is making that trip again into Tallahassee. Guys, where does this game go? Have the Seminoles thrown in the towel? Is California real? Brent Beard, help us, man. You're a college guy.
I think Cal's is real. Their coaches, Justin Wilcox particularly, they're just defensive savants. As good as they are. Now they need Jaden Ott, their running back, to get healthy. That's going to help them. But Pat and Terry, do either one of you have any confidence right now in Florida State?
No.
And I'm glad you said that because I am making them one of my picks.
Yeah, and guys, if you're Mike Norvell, do you at the beginning of the game do you change quarterbacks? I mean, it might be time to go ahead and say, hey, DJ, you sit down, my man, Brock Glenn or Luke, the 5-star.
Yes.
I think the Noles might have to consider a quarterback change. He's been so pedestrian, DJU.
Yeah, I agree totally. But look, the other thing is they can't stop anybody running the ball.
Yeah.
That defensive line has been very disappointing this year. But at some point they need to spark. And if you need to spark, you got to put somebody else in. That might be easier doing football than basketball sometimes. And Pat can tell us that. But I just my concern for FSU is, have they quit? I hope that is not the case, but we'll know more about that tomorrow.
That's the key. And guys, with regard to FSU, if they were to lose tomorrow, I know the first game was in Dublin, and I think that was a Georgia Tech home game. But if Florida State was to lose tomorrow, they will have lost three of their home games. I mean, they're about to hit the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're about to hit the road a lot. If that's 3 home games, 1 neutral site game, it's a mess in Tallahassee. And shame on me, I need to find it. Brent, you may can help me. Is that a night game? Let me see if I've got that listed.
No, I don't think it is.
7 p.m. ESPN2, FSU, California.
And listen, let me say this too. They don't have long to get over it. If they lose, they're going to SMU next week, and in 2 weeks, guess who comes to town? Clemson.
Oh. SMU's pretty good, and Clemson is going to want to put a number on FSU if they can. Brent, great stuff. Absolutely great stuff there with that segment. I hope you enjoyed it.
Where's Chino?
I know. I loved it.
He's napping on the porch.
Yeah, he's getting ready for tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah, hey, can I throw one more in there? That Missouri Vanderbilt game. Now look, I'm not saying Vandy's going to win, but I'm just telling you, if we see the Vandy that we saw, early on this year, that thing could go down in the fourth quarter. I love Diego, their quarterback. I mean, he's tough as
he is
anybody I've seen. at that point too. Almost as tough as Patric Young.
Yeah, almost. And let me tell you, I think we all, along with a lot of people in the nation, come on, Vandy. Why did you lose last week? Everybody loves Vandy. You got to love Vandy, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to love Vandy, right?
Hey, listen, before I go, both of you will appreciate this. I had a little conversation with a friend of mine a minute ago. In March, he had a heart transplant, and he is right now top of the list for a kidney transplant. So imagine going through, and Pat, you can appreciate this. I mean, Mayo's been his second home, frankly,
How about that?
At this point. So I'm praying hard for him.
Can you say his name, Brent, or is that too personal?
Yeah, well, let me just say his name is Tim.
Okay, Tim, we're thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah, and look, that man, when you're having a rough day, when you think about a guy, you know, people going through what Pat's going through, people going through what Tim's going through with a new heart, and hopefully a new kidney. It really makes you think, don't it, guys?
I'll tell you, I Patrick, I can't remember what it was. I just posted something within a week or two on the Facebook. I was looking for something. I can't remember what it was. I can dig it up. And I followed it up with, on the Facebook, I said, wow.
The Facebook.
Hey, Patrick and Brent, I said, in the post, I said, wow, I'm sorry you guys have to worry about my first world problems. Yeah. Absolutely. This guy's going through heart and kidney transplant, and I'm worried about they were out of Big Macs when I was in line at McDonald's.
Right.
And listen, besides his faith, he said one of the things that keeps him going is college football.
That's my man. You hang in there, you son of a gun. I love it. Good stuff, Brent Beard. We appreciate you. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. We'll get together next week talking some college ball. Let's take a quick break. Patric Young is here. I'm Terry Norvelle. Pat, you've got your picks, I hope. We got to get our three-pack ready to go. It is college football Saturday, hours away. We'll pick some games on the other side, the Young and Norvelle Show, on a Friday. You know that means Bricks, Jacks Beach.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream Stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry. We still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
All right, what this is we're giving you money. Look, myself, Terry Norvelle, Patrick Young, Zach Rothrock, we're giving you money. Just listen. You just have to listen. We are very smart. It is time to give our picks out. Friday picks. We do 3 games. Patrick Young will pick out 3 games, any games in the world, NFL, college, whatever you want. Zach Rothrock picks his 3 games. I pick my 3 games. With the spread, we tell you who's going to win, and we are so smart. We're just handing money. Las Vegas, they hate us. They hate us, Patrick Young. All right, ready to go? Here's where we're standing. This is week 4. God dang. Week 4 of the college football season, and we've done 3 weeks. I'm sitting in first place, 120 points. We started with 100. Pat, you're 60. You got 60 points, and Zach, you have 75. We picked 3 games each. They can be different games or the same. We assign 5, 10, and 15 points per pick, and we go from there. Patrick Young, do you have your picks? Are you ready? Just yes or no. Are you ready?
Illinois versus Nebraska.
Settle down. Are you ready?
8.5. Nebraska. You take so long to get it out. It kills me.
I know. I'm
Let's
trying
get
to
it done.
It's
what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. Michael Scott, the office. All right, Patrick. Game number 1. Tell me your game. Who's at who? I need the visitor.
Illinois at Nebraska.
Hold on.
8.5 points.
Hold on. Pat, I got to write them down. I don't know them.
Okay. It's
okay.
4 words. It's 4 words.
Illinois at Nebraska.
Illinois at Nebraska.
What's the spread?
Minus 8.5 to Nebraska.
Minus
and
8 points.
And I'm putting $15 on it.
And you're taking Nebraska, giving the points.
Correct.
Okay, so you got Nebraska. They've got to win by over 8.5.
Yep.
Okay, that's game number 1 for Patrick. Zach Rothrock, tell me your game with the visitor first. Tell me your game.
Okay, am I giving the 15-point game first?
Any order you want. Give me game number 1.
I'll do the 5-point first. I'll do the Tennessee Titans -3 over the Green Bay Packers.
Tennessee at Green Bay.
Yeah, and it's -3.
And you are taking Tennessee -3?
That's right.
-3. Ooh, okay. Patrick, how many points are you putting on Illinois, Nebraska?
15.
Woo! Patrick Young, talk dirty to me. Woo! Is that game tonight?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Friday.
I think that game's tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's Patrick Young. Patrick Young, you're going to be either off and running or way behind after tonight, my man. All right, boys. My first game is I'm going to put 10 points on Arkansas at Auburn. I will take Arkansas plus 3.5 points. So Arkansas, I think they may win the game straight out. I'm taking Arkansas. That's my 10-point game. Patric Young, your second game, my friend. What do you have?
Florida State's at home. They got -2.5 versus Cal. I'm taking Cal to win and take the points and
Cal
putting $10 on that one.
And Cal is plus how many?
Florida State's -2.5.
Okay, so Cal is plus 2.5, and you're putting 10 on it, Patrick. Is that correct?
Yes.
My man, Patrick. Woo! He's coming out of the gate with a 15 and a 10er. He takes Cal, so you can either win straight up or they can win by less than 2.5. I like it. I like it a lot. I think Cal's going to win that game. I think you're going to win that, Patrick. Patrick's got his serious face on. Look at that serious face. Hey, serious face.
What's up?
You got a serious face.
Okay.
All right. Zach Rothrock, you've used your 5-point game. What is your second game this week, my friend?
Yeah, my 10. Arizona Cardinals.
Got it.
I lost you there. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah. Arizona Cardinals. They're getting 3, so +3 against the Detroit Lions.
Who's home?
Arizona's the home team.
Okay, so Detroit.
Yes, Detroit is a 3-point road favorite. Yep.
At Arizona, and Detroit is -3, you said?
Yeah, but I'm taking the Cardinals +3.
And you're taking Arizona, so obviously that means you get the 3. And
right.
Pat, you took Cal, right, Pat, over FSU?
Yes.
All right. Woo! I like it. And Pat, Zach, you're putting how many points on that?
That's the 10.
That's your 10. All right, my second game, I'm going to head down to Tampa Town. You guys know where Tampa's at, right? Tampa Town. Tampa. Buccaneer country.
Arizona?
Tampa. Buccaneer
Tampa.
country.
Okay.
Tampa Town. I'm not going to go to the Bucks, though.
Oh, man, this might be the same one I'm doing.
I'm going to South Florida, hosting the Miami Hurricanes. Everybody knows Miami. Cam Lord. The Hurricanes, they're in the top 10. They're 3-0. Blah, 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 blah. They're good. I think they're good. I do think they're good. I really think they're good. But I like that home game tonight, tomorrow night. South Florida, it's going to be a hell of a home crowd. They get one of the big boys coming in. I will take South Florida plus 16.5. Thank you very much.
I saw 17.
I'll take it, but I'll leave it at 16.5. Okay? Unless I need that extra half point. I think Miami wins the game, but give me South Florida hanging around in Tampa, and I will put 5 on that. All right, Patric Young, game number 3, your final game. Show us how smart you are, Patric Young.
Baylor versus Colorado.
Do you know who's at the home?
-1.5 for Colorado, who is at home.
Okay.
And I am putting $5 on it.
So you're taking Colorado given a 1.5. You're taking Colorado?
Colorado -1.5 to win.
-1.5. Okay. I like it.
$5.
And that is your 5 because you've got your 15. Patrick, you got a very serious demeanor about you today. You're tired of getting beat, aren't you?
Tired of repeating the same thing.
He's trying to make sure it all gets written down.
Hey, I am fine for either one of you guys to be the organizer. Here's the pin. If y'all want to keep it up, it's a pain in the butt, by the way. All right, so we got Patrick. Patrick, I'm kind of mad at you right now, in case you're wondering. I'll talk to you on Monday. I need to get away from you for a few days.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
All right, Zach, your final game is?
So the one for 15. So the point spread that I see, I'm looking at ESPN Bet. I see Miami -17, but I want the USF Bulls.
Okay,
but I don't know. You took the same game and you said 16.5.
You and I will agree, whatever. You're taking.
We'll both do 16.5. That sounds fair.
Okay, so you're doing the same pick. You take South Florida. Okay, so you'll take SF, and we'll call it 16.5 since we both got it. Okay, and that's your 15 because that's the last one you have. All right, my third and final pick. I go to the. I guess the Big Ten. It sounds funny, but USC, Southern Cal, the Trojans on the road at Michigan. The Trojans are giving -5.5. Give me USC. I think they beat Michigan. I think they beat the brakes off of Michigan. So that is my 15-point game, and I am in the books, boys. We are all in the books.
They don't even know who their quarterback's going to be, so that's a good one.
Yeah. They're Zach Rothrock, are you happy with your picks? You're in the books. Are you good?
I definitely like the USF. I like a big home underdog. 16.5, that's a lot. Yeah, I like them. I like them all. I like that one a lot.
Patrick Young, are you happy with your picks? Are you good? You're in the books.
I'll be happy or sad come Monday.
Yes, you will. Zach, I like what you just said a moment ago. And again, Patrick and I, we're not much gamblers. We're kind of having fun with this. But you said something, maybe it's for people that like me and Pat, we don't gamble. But like, if you take the underdog, you've got two ways to win, right?
Yeah.
You can win outright, or you can lose, but within the points.
Right, and typically when there's a big point spread, the team that's favored is the home team. But in this particular case, the USF is the home team, and they're also 17-point underdogs. That's just something in general. That's just something I kind of look for when I'm looking to pick a game. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying, Patrick? It looks like, and I think I got that right. If you take the underdog, you got a double chance to win. You don't have to win the game, but your underdog can use their points, right? Is that right?
Yeah, they can lose by 14 and you still cover by 2.5
because you got 16. Yeah,
right.
Like I had that last week. I took TCU over UCF. TCU lost the game by 1 point, but they got 2.5 points, so I won.
Yeah.
Pat, it ain't that hard, but man, when you're smart like me, it ain't that hard.
Yeah, if the Gamecocks could use those points in real life, they'd go like 9-1, 10-2 pretty consistently.
Patrick, he sends it back to the Gamecocks every time. Have you noticed that? It all goes back.
That's a loyal fan.
They could actually go undefeated if they could just use the
loyal fan for you.
Yeah, that is a loyal fan. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll wrap things up. Fun Friday. We are giving you money. If you don't choose to take it, that's your business. We are trying to help the community and give you our knowledge, which translates to our money making you money. One down, 1 segment left here on a Friday. The Young and Norvelle Show, of course, broadcasting from our Friday home, Bricks, Jack's Beach.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Since 1936, Procter Ace has been proudly helping Jacks with all your home and garden projects. Whether you need tools, paint, plumbing supplies, or expert advice, we've got what you need to get the job done right. Looking to brighten your yard? Visit our garden center for plants, tools, and everything to make your outdoor space flourish. You're not just shopping here, you're part of our community. So come in today and let us help you tackle your next project with a smile. After all,
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices or pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports, from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
It has all the horses and.
Oh, no. It's funny you said that. Oh, but he was. Hey, we are back here. Patrick Young wearing, what is that, a Mario shirt there? As we walking back on a Friday at Bricks Jack's Beach. Mario? Is that what that is? Mario Kart?
Yep, Mario Kart.
Okay.
Since 1992. So, yeah, my sister got it for me for.
What about my shirt?
My 30th birthday. And
what about mine? Choose joy. Huh?
Yeah, it's a great shirt.
I just feel happy when I wear this shirt. You know that? Is that what it's supposed to do? I feel happy.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. I am, for the rest of my life, I'm probably never tailgating outside in September again.
Yeah, you told me it's a little warm out there.
It was brutal. It was brutal. And I wore pants.
Ooh.
Thank goodness my mom was there, Barbie and Andrea. We had plenty of water. Met a lot of great people, got some shirts out, got some books out. It was great.
Well, you don't have to worry about that for the near future because Florida A is in Starkville tomorrow. B, they're, I think, off the following week.
What is there anything, let's take off our Gator hats for a minute. Is there anything that would make you believe that Florida really goes into Starkville and wins tomorrow?
No, I'm picking them to lose. I'm taking Mississippi State in the points in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. If they win, are they going to win by more than 6.5 points? I don't think so.
Yeah. If they win, I mean, we haven't even really gotten a chance to see our kicker that much. We've seen our punter a lot.
I would say this: if Florida was to win tomorrow, it would probably be one of those. DJ Lagway had a special 6 or 7 plays. He had a couple of Anthony Richardson type plays that swung. Mississippi State's not very good. They're in their first year, coach. They're transitioning. But, I said that going into the A&M game. When we were in the press box before kickoff last Saturday, talking to all my buddies in the media, I'm like, well, I'm taking A&M. I just don't see anything that says Florida's going to win this game, And where is Florida's headspace, Patrick? Nobody knows. Where's their headspace? I don't know.
They obviously don't really count that win against Sanford. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess, and I don't know if you've seen the reports, but I think Scott Strickland is going to get a chance to hire the third coach.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
He struck out on 2 football coaches. One was okay. Dan Mullen had a solid run.
Yeah.
And then, the soccer coach at Florida. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
yes,
he was
I am.
Using the girls, and he had to get up out of there.
And basketball.
The basketball coach as well. Yeah.
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball. Okay, with that, we've got about 3 minutes left. We're getting out of here. We want to thank again our Friday sponsor, our Friday home. We're here every single Friday.
You want to know something so crazy, Terry?
What you got?
So I think it's the day of the article and everything comes out about the women's basketball coach. I went to Gator Golf Day and played golf, and he was in my foursome, and he was a great guy.
The coach?
I mean, the coach, yeah. We had a fantastic time with him, and then we were like
Neubauer or something like that.
Sam Neubauer, yeah.
Yeah, Neubauer, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, and then we see all this because it was two of my buddies that are from Tampa, and we were like,
it got ugly quick, didn't it? It got ugly quick. It really did. The accusations got ugly quick. All right, guys, let's kind of wrap up today's show, this week's show, and then look ahead. Monday is kind of a wild day. How about Monday? Patrick, your golf tournament comes up Monday.
Oh man, early.
You obviously will be out at Southampton for the Patrick Young.
I'll be there at 7 a.m.
Yeah, woo, man. But it's a worthy cause. It's a real worthy cause. Proceeds go to the Patrick Young Foundation. That's Monday. Our show will be live at our Monday location, of course, Fourscore Golf in a tavern in San Marco. And I won't do the show. We will not do the show at the golf course because everything will be done by the time we go on the air 4 to 6. But, Patrick, you'll be busy Monday. Maybe you can call. Maybe you don't call. But think about it. That night is Monday Night Football. Also, Jaguars at Buffalo. So what a wild Monday we've got coming up. Plus, all the college football and NFL football coming out of the weekend, Patrick. I can't wait for Monday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking for. I mean, more than anything, looking forward to the Jags on Monday to see if there's the only redeeming team that I can support right now is the Jags because their season's so long, and I think 10 wins gets you in. It might 10 wins might get you into the wild card, so they got a long way to go. And I mean, I fear, and we would be so miserable, Terry, if they are going over to London with 0-4.
Oh, what a brutal trip to get on that plane. And, Pat, I don't know if you were on the air when we went over this, and we've got 1 minute left, so we'll have to get out of here quickly. But stranger things have happened. Do you realize that at the end of this weekend, including Monday Night Football, the AFC South could be one team at 3-0 and the rest of the division 0-3. Never happened before.
Never happened before?
Never happened in the history of NFL. Houston is at Minnesota. Green Bay is at Tennessee. Chicago at Indy. And, of course, Jacksonville is at Buffalo. If those games play out, you could have 3-0 Houston and 0-3 the rest of the division. It's never happened before. Crazy. Crazy.
Well, I don't foresee it not happening.
There you go. That's the final thoughts from Patrick Young on a Friday. Thank you, everybody, including Zach producing. That'll wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed the show. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll get back together Monday, the Young and Norvell Show, 4 o'clock from Fourscore Golf Tavern.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since